Oh my gosh, what do you know where to back at? All right. Hello, everybody. It is I once again. Back. Okay. Hope everybody is having a good day so far. Um, Happy to be here. All right. Hello. Yo, we are 50 subs away from 5,000. 5,000. Right up there. So that's pretty crazy. Um, I'm thinking that we will do a 5 hour stream as a celebration, probably this weekend. So be on the lookout for that. We'll code, game, hang out, have a good time, and celebrate 5K. So I think this is a pretty good like psychological milestone for the channel as well. 5,000 kind of elevates your status quo on the YouTube. I think I don't know. I just assuming things, but I just have a like at least for me it's kind of like a psychological number. Anywho, glad that we're back here working on our project. I went ahead and offline yesterday did a little bit of restyling on our leaderboard page. So let me know what you think about it so far. I didn't want to be too overkill with the designs, but I wanted to give it a little bit more spice, right? Rather than it being just kind of a plain, boring table and page. So what I did was I kind of changed the filters over to um, this kind of you know filter view here panel, which is really kind of nice. I wish it would just kind of slide between the options, but that's something that maybe a front end person could help me out with. Um, and then I have um, incorporated the appearances as a flag next to the name. So rather than having a column for the number of appearances for the better, I have transitioned that into being like a little flag here. And what I might do is maybe like it'd be cool to have some cool animations, like if they have a lot of appearances, over a certain amount of appearances on our sweeps, they get kind of like a different kind of flag here indicating like, oh, this is like their like cool status or something. But so far it's just this, this little thing. We also have this hover here. I do not like the color of the name hover here, so I'm gonna change that. Probably just to something, but other than that, I think that this looks pretty decent so far. Um, I'm not sure how I feel about this boxed win rate. I was looking at that here, um, right? But I was interested in trying to figure out um, if I wanted to do this boxed or not, right? Because I could just remove this, and then it's just oh, if we just change this to to just the table data itself, right? Rather than that, but it's an interesting idea. Like maybe we could have it be boxed and colored, or I don't really like the box though. I think I'm gonna get rid of it. probably keep the font though. Oh shoot. I wanted mono. And then we'll just do okay, like that. I think that's better. I like that a lot better. Okay, so let me go to my percent. It's all whole numbers. I'm gonna leave off this percent. No, I'll keep it on. Whatever. Okay. Cool. That'll be good. So next I want to deal with the hover on the rows. So let's deal with that next. Okay, so our desktop table, head on body. Group hover, text blue 100, text blue. That's for the appearances. Now for the column itself. Do gray 200, 100. just the gray. Let me see if I can just do a hex. Well, it's really dark. Why is it that dark? Really like red. Yeah. Maybe let's do like a slight green hue. That looks dumb. Hey Voltish, how's it going? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Lock it in. Trying, I guess. What's going on? I guess we'll do the blue 50/50. I don't know a better color to do other than that one for right now. But I don't really like this blue 400. I'm gonna probably make this a hex. Let's see if we can make the it's a good color. I don't really know. But what if we did a hover on a black? Right? Let's just do a gray 900, 50/50. 900. And let me do a hover here on this guy. It's gonna be more of it. Let's just do 200. This looks a little better. Maybe like a little less dark. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. Now I'm going to apply the group hover text gray 100 to the win rate, to the profit factor, and to the EV percentage as well. Yo, Tyler K, how's it going? Yo, last time I was here when you hit 3K. Yeah, we're almost to 5. We're hopefully going to hit it maybe before this weekend. That's the goal. So we want to say transition colors on the username. I guess we need to apply that to these ones as well. And then transition. Good. Ease out. I did really 500. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't look that bad. And then we need to apply the transition on the color to the number as well. Why can't I find this? Nice. That looks good. Okay, I'm going to take this desktop table. I want it to think about it like that. I think ease in with a duration of 300 looks good. Maybe a little bit faster, 200. Yeah, that looks pretty smooth. 150. Yeah, I like that. Should we, on hover, increase the size of the row a little bit? Let's do that. So let's say transition colors. That's fine. We'll say for the row, we're also going to do transform. How could we like increase the size of the row slightly? Scale 105. Let's just do it kind of drastic, 150. No, this is on hover. let's not do it that much. 110. $102. Oh, whoops, wrong one. I always wonder what wasn't working. Let's do like 102. And then we want to have this cursor pointer is not on. Oh, because it doesn't really matter for mobile. Are we getting lines now? Oh, because of the scale. How can we have the fast API for the backend? Okay, let's take we're at a good point here. Let's take our desktop table here. Let's feed this. See, I am styling table and trying to make a nice scale on hover for the row. What do you recommend? Hey Tim, what's going on? We're working on our project polywhirl right now. Polywhirl is a cool app that we're building that shows kind of more statistics on traders and bettors on the leaderboards of Poly Market. Tell me doesn't have. Okay, probably never mind. Or scale. Get that out of here. I could, however, do something like this. Hover on the border. Might do, hold on, table row. That's on the header. Okay, on the here, table row. We're gonna do hover, border, left, 2. They all kind of got it though, not just that one. Border 1-2, border transparent, border gray 900. Let's see what this looks like. Instead of this, that. Now let me do gray 200. Oh, kind of what I had before, but it border transparent otherwise. No, that looks like trash. Okay, I think that looks fine. I'm gonna make the duration a little bit faster though. Okay, so then let's also adjust the styling of the hovers for the greens. So let's find it. We have Emerald 600. We're going to do this. Say hover Emerald 400. Red 300. Maybe darker red and 700. Maybe not that much. We have 500. Let's go 400, I guess. Be a group hover though. Right. So you need this. There we go. That looks better. I really don't like that duration though. Okay, I think that's fine. The duration's kind of throwing me off. I don't really like it. Okay, let's see. What do you think? What do you think? Come on, load, load, load. So our button, it wants us to use hovers on our appearances button. So here we're doing the dot appearances. Here we're doing appearances here, right? And so we have border, border, blue 100. So if I go and add this group hover transition, let's just see what this transition would look like if we applied it to this. I'm not sure if we'll keep it though. Um, so right now it's text blue 600. Let's do text blue 500. Group hover blue. I don't want it to be that dark, so let's do like 500 on the border. No, let's do like 600 on the border. The text itself needs to go lighter. And same with the body. Body. That looks kind of stupid. I don't really like those colors that much. So the border is lighter, the body's dark, and the text is light. I mean, it doesn't look that terrible, but what's going on? Hey, Esteban. Hey, Arafayet. How's it going? Um, let's make the body like 300. Maybe the body 400. The border go from basically nothing, blue 100 to blue 300. And the text will go from blue 600 to blue 400. We already have blue background blue, so let's do background 600. Well, now we're kind of in the same spot we were before. Let's just make the text go to whatever the current background is. So background is blue 50. So let's make the text go to background blue 50. We'll make the background go to whatever the text is right now. So the text is blue 600. So So background goes to blue 600, and then the border is on blue 100. So if we just set that back to blue 100, leave it. So it just swaps the two inner colors basically, leaving the border the same color. Maybe we make the border a little darker at 300. Maybe 400. Yeah, that's a little better. Maybe 500. Maybe we have blue 600 for the thing, so let's do 900 for the border. Well, we have 900 for the background right now, so let's do 800. Well, the background is actually of the row 800, so let's do 700. Can't really be dark on dark, so we need it to be lighter. I think I'm fine with that. 5. Okay, cool. Now the table row, this doesn't have a border on it, right? Good, no. Nice. How many people got in here? 15. Oh, nice. If you guys could leave a like, we're 50 subs away from 5K. So if you're here before 5K, congratulations. We're moving. Okay. Okay, that's nice. Jimmy Boats. I'm not gonna be famous here. Okay, that's cool for the leaderboard. We just need to maybe make a transition for the swapping on the filters. Here we go. So let's add this. We have this div. So let's do on the button here. Um, we'll do transition all duration. Okay, so that is doing a slight change in transition on the color of the. Oh, that's when I hover. Um, well, for one, this needs to be cursor pointer. Right? And then if I do like 500 here to make it really long. 400. There we go. That's a little bit smoother on the. We'll do ease in and out. And we'll do duration of 500 ease in and out. Well, that's on the colors actually. I want to do on click here, set sort by value. And then sort by value equals to here. I don't think so. Let me see here. I hate front end. Yeah, me too. We got to do it though, right, cats? We got to, people got to interact with stuff. Trying to smooth out the transition on the white box from one option to the next. Yeah, I do use AI. I'm using it right now. I'm helping me out. I try to work through stuff and get it into a nice little boilerplate and things like that, and then I'll feed it in for some amplification. Just get some suggestions and whatnot. I'll take the suggestion with a grain of salt, add them in if I want them, and then move on. The issue is you can't smoothly transition to background appearing, disappearing with transition colors. White feel. Keep your structure, but tune the transition. Okay, so we would want to do font bold. So my bold transitional duration 200. Ease in and out there. And then here, text gray 500. Hover text gray 800. But they have background transparent here. That doesn't really fit my bill. The shadow will still appear in the box. Shadow doesn't transition smoothly in all the browsers. If that bothers you, replace shadow small with a border instead. So if we just do background transparent here and increase the duration maybe 400. I think that's just too much on the lettering, but I'm trying to make it so that the shift, maybe I'll have to make it so like it slides. Like I'll have to, that'd be cool. But I think that's fine for now. Do you guys like the hover on these guys, or should I make it a little bit lighter on that? Let's do hover on the on the row here, maybe 700. What if I made it like 200? Well, what if I did like blue 600? Oh my. Hmm. Kind of want it to be like dark blue, black. Gray. I guess that's fine. I kind of want it in between 800 and 900, but it's not really a value. I guess that's fine. Transition. Does this go transition text only? Oh, it does colors. Suppose you are implementing something you don't know and AI does it for you. AI never does something for me. I always have it go step by step, teaching me how to do something, and I implement it myself. I usually write the code. Now, for some of this tailwind stuff, I'll give it the tailwind stuff. But um, yeah, I don't really like that. I'm gonna do gray 50. And let's transition. Let's just keep the color from black. Where is it? Here. Is this text black? I think it. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think it's fine. Oh, let's just do gray. So we need to have, if we transition those to black, we need to transition the actual username to something like identifying, like maybe like an orange, maybe like a yellow orange. That probably would be best. So let's see if we can try to get something like that. So let's see if we can find like a yellowish orange that we'd like. Maybe a little lighter. Um, More yellow, like neonish. But that's kind of really hard to read against the white background, so it has to be more like orangish. But now we're kind of just looking like a circus here. Um, let's do this. Let's say I'm gonna use GPT because I don't want to use my Claude tokens or my free ones. So I'm gonna say I am just doing color work here on the transitions for the text on the row and want some feedback. I tried to darken the row on highlight on hover, but the contrast was just too much. So I made it a slight gray. You made the right call pulling the hover. As someone new to Python, it's great to meet you. You're awesome, buddy. Hey, thanks for that comment. Kagat, I appreciate you. What's making you want to learn Python? And talk to me here, bro. What's going on? Okay, so if we look here, divide by grade 50, leader address. Okay, text. Okay, on this table row. Okay, it didn't change anything of my structure, just colors. So I am going to just swap it and see what the difference visually looks like here. This is one of those cases where I will take the full thing and paste it in. Okay, so it basically just got rid of my hovers on. Yeah, it just I like that. Yeah, made it a little bit better. Let's say rather than maybe we will do a blue. Well, the orange is good, but it just kind of clashes with the blue of the badge. So let's do text blue 500. That does blue 700 for the text. That does blue 600 for text on non-hover. That does blue border background, blue's 100 on hover versus non-hover is blue 50. Maybe we'll do blue. Too light. 400. I mean, purple is definitely the best complementary color in this scheme, but it just reads so AI. AI loves this purple color, and I don't want to bleed like that. I mean, we are using some AI, so right. It's like we are what we eat here, but the purple is such a dead giveaway. Like you can't use purple anymore. It's like purple gradient is like I don't know. But this is definitely probably the best color choice altogether here, in my opinion. What if I make this 700 a little bit darker green? No. Mike's company got to hook him up with the premium quad. Not for this. That's for sure. Okay, let's do like a hover 400. $300. So what my leader page? It's blue what? 500. Okay, we'll do 500. Screw it. Yeah, I think that looks good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. 500, 600, 500 here. I don't want to go black. Yeah, that looks good. Nice. Okay, that looks sweet. I'm happy with that leaderboard page. I think that this text needs to be a little bit bigger. Leaderboard text for Excel. Small. Above. I don't want that to wrap. Where's the time in the sweep, last sweep? In the leaderboard here. This is going to be in, yeah. Right, so I don't want it to wrap there like that. There's a border here. That's on that. Here. Make this a span. Span. is there padding on this? Okay, I think that's fine-ish. Why does this have... Remove all padding here. I don't really know if I'd like aligning on the top there. Yeah, I think I do. Well, I think what I'll need to do, we'll change this back to an H1. And then what I'll do is we'll put a border around, we'll put a border around this. And we'll also put a border right, and then we'll put a border around this. Oh, not there, here. Right. Yeah. And then okay, so then what am I trying to do here? What was my goal? What was I trying to do? Oh, I was trying to see if I could put, I could like manipulate it on this guy, put a padding or a margin top of like 1, which will push that down to kind of be in line with the leaderboard. So now if I got rid of the borders, something I could use to like measure that. It's pretty in line, right? Like if I had a piece of paper or something. But it might not be too necessary. And then I think I want to remove the margin top on here. Yeah, I definitely can see like the difference, and man, it's not super noticeable, but I feel like I can see it. What if I did margin top just barely? I gotta get something to measure this. Hold on. Um, let's see. This will work. Yeah, I think that looks good. We're out here getting the measuring stick out, trying to line up these divs. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think that looks solid. I'm happy with that. I think that looks really good. If anything, I might make that blue 50 on the row hover. And then I'll probably call it there for this styling on this page here. So blue 50, here, table body, table row, hover gray 50. I might make this just a slight blue hue. That's a little bit too much. What is this? Is a cubic Bezier. Oh no, for that hover. EFF6FF. What was that? EFF6FF. What? Huh. Reduce it done. What's going on? Can I not hover a hex? Okay, whatever. Hey, come for something. Okay, I think that looks good. I'm happy with that. Nice. Okay. Disclaimer there. Oh, I think that looks fine. I would like to keep this as a single. It kind of wraps no matter what there, no, right? But in full, okay. Portland Trailblazers. That's actually not a bad like underdog bet in my opinion, Tim. Being that they have been winning quite heavily lately, like they have a little bit of momentum to them. Like if I was gonna choose like an underdog team to just randomly do well in the playoffs, I think I put like if I had to choose anybody to just burn $20 on like a bet for an underdog, I think I would choose Portland. Like they're just like a scrappy, solid young team that can actually win some ball games. It looks like, but like it's a hail mary. But if I had to choose one underdog NBA team, it might be them. They were able to climb back from like a 20 game in the negative to almost 5,500 now, which is pretty crazy mid season. I think they're close to 500 ish. Okay, nice. That looks good. And the leaderboard page, that looks good as well. We probably just want to add the user streak on here like we do here. So where do we want to put that? Maybe here in another column. Yeah, I think I'll do it here. Yeah, okay, so we'll do that there. So we'll go to our leader page here. If you want a real dog, according to the odds, it's the New York Knicks. If the Blazers won, it would be the greatest underdog story in pro sports history. The Knicks, they have good underdog odds. I've never really been good at sports betting odds. I've never actually done any sports betting. Yeah, this is my site I've been building. It's not a launched business yet, but I'm hoping to make it maybe. That'd be fun. Let me see here. So we need to put on the quick vitals. We need to add a section for let's do that. Let's do where should we put it? Right, on our leaderboard we have the badge that indicates the amount of appearances. But where should we put the badge here? Should we put the badge next to their name and then put the address down below? Or just put the badge next to their name and then the address next to the badge? I'm 27. 27, getting old here, boys. Hey, you think we're 4 subs up? All right, it's nice. We're almost to 5K, you guys. We're chugging along here. What do you guys think? Badge next to the name, just as a quick vital row indicator, appearances, and not do the badge? What do you guys think? Anybody have any suggestions? Nobody? No. Badge next to name, but on the left side. Ooh. Next to the name, it associates with the name. Because it indicates how many appearances they have on our leaderboard. Hey, Lennis, thanks for coming in, dude. Hey, Troy, thanks for coming in. Grocery next to on the left side. I kind of like how it all lines up, though. Right? Maybe we'll do right side. And then where should we put the address? I'm not that good at React, let me tell you, dude. It's a lot of going chunk by chunk, getting some basic boilerplate, feeding that into different, um, AIs, getting some styling suggestions, getting some updates, refactoring, feeding it, doing it again. But I usually, I write the code and it gets filtered through me. I don't just, blindly trust. And I don't know that much. Trust me. I know how to use effect, use state. That's about it. And the React Router DOM. Let's do, okay, so let's add the badge in. We'll go to our leaderboard. Let's copy our badge span here. I'll go to our leader page. We have our username right here. If we throw this in here, we get a badge here. Right? Now we're not getting any appearances. So what we probably need to do is we might not be sending appearances to our front end. Yeah, we're not sending appearances to our front end. So let's go ahead and modify our backend database manager to send. So this is get leader. Now we should get it. Hey! Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so now what we can do is let's go ahead and do, instead of items baseline, let's do items center. Like that. And then we'll take our address out, put it below. And then wait. Why did that go in line? Why'd that go in line? That doesn't really make any sense to me. I'm not, it's not in a div that is flex. row. So it should just stack on top and bottom. Let's do the span up top, and then let's add some space here, like yeah, like you said. So let's add a border here. Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and do a div here. We'll do class name flex row justify between. We'll take these items, put them inside of this div, save that. Take this ending first section div and incorporate it for the entire hero section up to this point. Now, that doesn't make any sense. Why? Oh, there we go. Okay, so then we'll do width fit as well as right, and then here fit width. No, because I'm getting a little bit of a spacing. It's not lining up in the middle. Like that text on the right is slightly below the text on the left, if you can see. Right? So I'm trying to flex row justify between. Well, let's not do, let's do justify center then. Items center. Let's get rid of this. Hmm. Why won't that work? Item center. No. Huh. I don't really know how to go about this. So I'm going to take my hero section. Yeah, I'm going to take these two sections. Should I block in a tag? Can you specify? That's not. So let's see here. Flex, flex row, flex item center. Gap 1.5. Okay. And then we don't need these. The H1 has text 3, text 4, font bold, text gray 900. That's good. This is text extra small, font semi bold, then I'm going to do that as well to here. Semi bold, text blue. I like my blue 500. Background blue 50. Padding X is 2, padding Y is 0.5. Mm. That one. No, that looks like garbage. I like the small badge better. I like my gap of 2 better. Okay. Oh, this gave me a gap of. The gap of 1.5 is applied to here for these, the gap between those two items, I believe. Like that. Yes, okay, I think that's better. So gap of 2, text 900, blue, got it. Transition colors. Well, we don't need transition colors here on these because we're not doing hover on this anymore. Yeah, it's fine. Blue 100, yeah. So then the bottom row is here. So this goes flex. You just go item center here. And then gap of 3. Really. Just to space them out a little bit further. Then span, text gray 400, text small, font mono. Oh, then it wants us to add like a little bit of like a visual span here. Separation. And then the anchor tag, blue 500, text extra small, font medium. No. Font medium. I guess we could apply a hover here. But we have a hover. We don't need to do it in a different transition. The only thing is these just aren't in line. Can't go wrong with an old BR tag. Oh, a break tag? This is called that polywhirl. Hey, thanks for coming in, Raven. For all those that are new, my name is Michael. I'm 27 years old. I got a degree in human biology and a minor in chemistry. I've been teaching myself how to code from scratch, from literally nothing on the channel, documenting almost everything live for almost 2 years now. We started from the ground up, learning Python, C. Well, still learning C, still learning Python, obviously, but we have more experience in Python and starting to build full stack projects and seeing if we can take this polywhirl project into a real business opportunity. Um, so I'm just not getting these in line like I would like. Why are these like not in line? Right? That's what I don't get. Why is the link and the address not in line? The link is lower. Margin. Oh, there's a margin top? Oh my gosh. What the heck? Who put that margin top there? Who put that margin top? I think I'm going to do... I think I'm going to do the link first and then the address. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the link here or the link here? Hello from Sierra Leone. What? Isn't that like, have you guys heard that old song that was, I think it's called Sierra Leone. It's like an old dubstep song. Let's see if I can find it. I think there's an old song on YouTube back in the day for OG YouTube people. Sierra Leone song EDM. Yeah, Mount Eden, dubstep, Sierra Leone. You guys remember that one from back in the day? Um, Hello, I'm from Sierra Leone. I just started programming. I'm scared because of my age. I'm 30 years old. What should I focus on? I'm 27, dude, so we're right there, man. And honestly, I think I don't know. Like I think especially at these like older ages, I think it's more important to focus on maybe trying or not more important, but it might be easier to learn programming if you're applying. You have a lot of experience as a 30-year-old, like doing things. That's pretty vague, but you just have a lot of experience. Whether you've worked some jobs, whether it be as like a waiter or like a waitress or data entry or construction, right? You've worked some jobs, babysitting, so take those past experiences and apply them into coding. Like I feel like those, like I was listening to a podcast, I can't remember if it was Primogen or someone else, where he was talking about like the best kinds of founders are the people that um, are people that came from non-programming and from like a different field, learn programming and apply that programming concept into their field to make their field even better, and then create a business off of that, because they actually have like that inside experience to know, okay, this is a need that needs to be filled, rather than like a computer scientist looking at like the construction industry and saying, okay, where could I make some code even though I don't have any direct experience. Like think about the other way around. So for example, I in my previous job as a chemist, had this manual algorithm that we had to do kind of by hand to figure out this combination of serums to blend together. And what I did was I understood that there was a need for that. There was a computational ability to improve that, an efficiency increase, and I learned how to code. And that was my main goal, to learn how to code, was to actually write something to solve that problem. And I did that. I wrote a little software pack thing script and GUI UI thing for the team to use to auto compute an optimization model for that matrix blend. And that's what helped me project myself to this new job that I'm at, which I went from kind of lab work chemistry into more molecular biology, instrumentation management, kind of administration work. And so now I've kind of like used that on my resume to kind of bump me to the next spot. Now if I want to maybe do development, I could use it and try to have it as like a thing, or I don't know, we'll see. Hold on one second, you guys. Hello? Steven here? No, Steven's not here yet. Hold on one second. I gotta go off phone. Okay. Link on the outside. Right. Okay. All right. That looks good. I like that. I think this gap is a little bit too wide though. So let's lessen that. So we have a margin bottom of 8 here and a margin top of 6 on this hero number. So let's get rid of this margin top here, 6. Oh, that's applied to the whole hero section. We have a margin top of 6 on the other ones as well. So maybe we should make a margin top of 6 on the there we go. That looks better. We have margin 6, margin 6. Below our numbers, in between the quick vitals, we have margin top of 6. Really? That's the same gap? That doesn't look like the same gap. Huh. So the here total realized P&L, we have the number here. This has a margin top of 6 on it here. This has a margin with no margin bottom on it, okay? Margin top of 6. On the quick vitals row has a margin top of 6. If I did 16 here, does that... Yeah, okay, so I guess that is the same number. Okay. Last updated disclaimer. Margin top of 6. Margin bottom of 4. Oh, margin top 2. Yeah, I think it is all the same size. Cursor. No way. Unless there's a little bit of padding around that. Yeah, it might be. Really? That does not look right. Oh yeah, I guess there's just some, some built-in spacing that kind of... Okay. Nice. So we have the appearance, that view on Polymarket, and all of that. That looks good. I'm going to take this disclaimer box from our leaderboard. Here it is here. I'm going to take this, come over to our leader, to our disclaimer section here. And then last updated. I might put like right here above the closed positions. I'm going to do it above his name. Maybe I'll put this in the top right. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go back on that insert. Let's put it, we have the H1 here. We want to do a div, open up, paste that, take that, paste that, save. Hold up. Whoops. Take the last updated. Here. Paste that here. That out. There you go. This has the paragraph and the div in it. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay.
Okay?
And you?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for that. That sub, I appreciate you. Okay, So then, just kind of bad on that. How do I, hold on, let me see if I can just, let me take my hero section I have now. This part. And let's do, got it laid out, but in mobile, the right side last updated is a little cramped and not wrapping. Okay, so switch it to this. In the flexible row between here. It's not bad. I don't like how it goes in between the values below it. Right, I wish it would wrap. Okay. I am gonna take this here. This is goes down to the timestamp. Top row to timestamp, which is probably just 1.5 down. So this guy here. Oh, it's like garbage. What the heck just happened? No way. It's like garbage. That looks like trash. I don't like that either. Okay, let's do margin top 2 here. 4, 6. Because this has margin top 2 here. Because each of these rows has margin bottom 4. Right? Each of these sections. So 4, 2 gives me 6, 6, 6 here, and now we're good. Now I might put the last updated below that. Yeah. And then, so that'll do margin top 2. And then this will take margin top 6 here. And then I'm actually going to do stat group has margin bottom. No. Maybe stat row has margin bottom applied to it. No. Huh, I wonder what this spacing is here. That's last updated. Huh. Okay. All right, guys, I think I'm going to head out for here today. My girlfriend's home, and we're ready to hang out and watch a movie. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Thanks so much for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll continue on building our project. We need to add forgot password feature and reset email verification feature. We need to add limitations to free versus paid account, and then add the custom search feature for paid users as well. So more to come, and we'll be back later. See you guys.